Welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and I'm joined by Brian McRae of Mastermind St. Louis. We've been talking about this idea of a referral-based business, which any entrepreneur, any person who has their own business that they're accountable for and to can benefit from. And it's really going back to these old ideas. Here, you should be telling me this, but I believe in this whole referral idea. And you're the master right here in St. Louis. You started this this program a few years ago that people can come and learn about it and learn how to develop their own referral-based business and network. And you have these free monthly events, and I'm such a fan, Brian. So let's talk about, in the last segment we were talking about the 4 pillars of creating a referral-based business. So let's go back to those and kind of dive into what those things mean.
Well, the event was designed for professional service providers. So it could be a CPA, it could be a real estate professional. Really anybody who's is trying to build their own business. And it's
so people who are marketing themselves as a service. Yes.
So what I found is that there's the competence. So you have to be good at what you do. So the first pillar of a radically referable business is being competent. The second one is the connections. People underestimate the power of the connections that they already have. And then the third is communication. And then at the event, we really focus. We don't talk much about competence because people have to, search that on their own, and it's kind of hard. We've had over 50 professions attend the event, so it's kind of hard to talk about individual professions. But from a connection standpoint, there's so many lifters at the event, and they're coming from all different backgrounds and professions, and they're just sharing ideas. So the connections are phenomenal, but the communication—that's where we use the 7 levels of communication as a basis to help people use those tools and strategies and systems to build it's really communicating with people to help them understand how they can help people and how they can be referred.
And the methods of communication that are detailed in the book are all things that are really easy to do. They don't involve expense.
They're simple, and they're pretty economical.
So things like making phone calls, sending notes,
sending handwritten notes, attending events and seminars, one-on-one meetings. It's really
attending events, but inviting people to come with you, right?
Oh, absolutely. If it's of benefit, that's really what Mastermind St. Louis was created to do. It was an event where you could bring your best business connection, your best referral partner, and bring them to it, because when that happens, you'll hear strategies, and we'll have panelists every month that'll share some of the strategies that they've implemented, and it's just individuals sharing success. And success, there's nothing that breeds success like success. Right. So it's really a hotbed of talent in the area that's coming together and sharing what they've implemented and helping others.
Yeah, and in your events I've attended before, and literally, I mean, there was a buzz. There was an audible buzz in the room. It's loud because everybody there has this energy about them, and they are excited to be there, and they want to meet other people, and they all have. It's very interesting.
It is a community of givers and lifters, is what it is, and they really. At this event, I can't speak to all networking events, but at this one, what I love about it is somebody's walking up to you and they want to figure out how they can help. Hi, my name is X, and how are you doing?
Yeah.
And they're just figuring out what they can do to help you grow your business.
Yeah, exactly. So, and where does, in that 7 levels of communication, the sort of new media, social media, email, where does that fit in? Because it's an old concept that we're talking about.
Well, in the book 7 Levels of Communication, there's really 2 main categories. There's information and electronic communication, which social media would fall into that. That really falls into the information. It's about sharing information. Whereas influence, and that's the great thing, is that when we start to focus on our connections and communicating with the people who are our fans, our biggest fans, we can build additional social capital and influence there that will help us grow our business. So I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then at the meetings themselves, just so people understand, there's this networking element. I mean, there's a couple hundred people in the room, and there's a time for that. But then you bring together panelists generally to talk about each of these levels. So each meeting is dedicated to talking about one of those subject matters. Is that right?
Well, the communication is one of the things. Then we'll bring the panel together to talk about how they're using one of those 7 levels to communicate with their community and what they're implementing there, so that they can grow their business. Right. So it's just people sharing success. Pretty simple, and helping them execute some new strategies.
So anybody in business in St. Louis is welcome to attend these events. They're free. They're monthly. What else? Is there something important that we all should know before we have to go on to our next segment?
Well, I think everybody's looking to, if they're looking to grow a business, it's just connecting with other like-minded individuals. And it's the one thing I hear, and it's just there's so much inspiration from the other people in the room. So we just try to make it an event where we can talk about things that matter with people who care. So.
Yeah, and in every meeting that I've attended, you leave with a pretty clear idea of what you need to do for yourself and your business to help you get to that next level of success.
If we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, we want people to walk away.
I've been there.
Yeah.
It's
we
awesome.
want them to walk away with something they can implement.
Right, very good. So Brian, thank you so much for coming and talking to us more about the Mastermind St. Louis, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the next one. For more information on Mastermind St. Louis, search Mastermind St. Louis on eventbrite.com or email Brian at mastermindstlouis@gmail.com. Stay tuned to STL TV Live. We'll be back with more after this.